Is-serata tajba u grazzi tal-li daqqattu miegħi sabiex issegwu l-edizzjoni tal-lum ta' Primetime. Konverzazzjoni interessanti ferm għax fil-fatt il-mistieden tiegħi illejla huwa attur imwieled f'Manchester u żar Malta l-ewwel darba madwar sena u nofsilu. Sinjuri, nilqa' ħdejja lil Paul Pennington. Hello, Paul.
Hey, thanks for you.
Good evening, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much.
So, you arrived in Malta, you can have a seat.
Thank you.
So, the first time you visited Malta was about a year ago, right?
That's right, yeah.
Did you get to know to learn any Maltese language, like any words in Maltese, which can be told and said to our viewers on national television?
The only word I know, which seems to work for every occasion, is mela.
Mela, yes.
Mela, 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 mela. But when I first got here, I wondered what the national obsession was with melons, because I didn't quite have the accent, you know. But it seems to work for all occasions, right? Whatever you want to talk about, tropical fish, state of the nation, mela seems to work for you.
It can be a yes, it can be a no, it can be a because, it can be whatever.
You know it's your language, right? But it's great, really fantastic.
Paul, I need some details so I can register you as an official visitor on in our premises.
Thank you.
Right? I need a name and a surname, please.
Okay, it's Paul Pennington.
Pennington.
Yes.
Right. Date of birth?
24th the 1st, 1963.
24th January 1963. So this year you turned 55.
I did, yes.
Did you get to celebrate with a big cake with 55 candles?
If you can find a cake to put 55 candles on. No, I did stand-up comedy that night. Yeah, it was a great night. We had a fantastic time.
It must have been fun, for sure.
It was fun, and then the party afterwards, I'm still getting over.
It must have been a big one.
Oh, it was.
You were born in Manchester.
Absolutely.
Manchester, and currently residing
in Marsa Scala.
In Marsa Scala.
Absolutely.
Malta. All right. Profession?
Communication coach by day, comedy producer, and comedian by night.
Nice. Paul, we've already said at the beginning of our conversation that the first time that you got on our beautiful island was a year ago.
Yeah.
It was a work commitment.
That's right, yeah.
What was your feeling as soon as you stepped out of the airport? What were like the thoughts about this island?
Blimey, it's hot. It was hot, and it was like people were really friendly, and I've just had a great time. I've had a whale of a year. I know people say when they come to an island, you know, oh, I've had a great time, but everyone's been so friendly, so welcoming. I absolutely love it here.
Although you currently reside in Marsa Scala, you get to commute back and forth to the UK very often.
That's right, yeah,
back home, back in the UK, you host a radio show, quite interesting radio show, if I'm not mistaken.
I do a weekly radio feature on health, which I've done now for 21 years, and that's raising awareness of conditions that find it hard to get on UK radio stations. So it's everything from fibromyalgia through to male cancers, you name it, I've covered it in 21 years.
But it doesn't only transmit, and it's not only broadcasted in the United Kingdom, it's also broadcasted in Australia, if not mistaken.
And Qatar as well, yeah. So I've got 6.5 million listeners. Crazily enough.
Whoa,
yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah, and every 2.5 minutes, somewhere in the UK, my voice is heard. That's a frightening prospect. That's why I have to leave the country.
But also through these features, you managed to create awareness and break a Guinness record, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I got asked to do some work on behalf of a very rare lung disease called pulmonary arterial hypertension. And we came up with an idea. It's quite a complicated disease to explain. So we came up with an icon. It was inspired by the Rolling Stones, the red lips off one of their albums. And I thought the idea with pulmonary hypertension, if you're in crisis, then your extremities go blue because you can't get oxygen. So I came up with the idea for blue lips. So we set a blue lip world record around the world, 32 nations coming together, people putting on blue lipstick, kissing a piece of paper, and sending it to us.
And you managed to break the record.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, again, when you've got people from 32 countries working with you, all working in harmony to raise awareness, it was quite an awesome thing to do.
Paul, we mentioned that you started your broadcasting career around about 21 years ago.
Yes, on radio, but I've been an actor for a few years before that.
You consider your radio career as a steady step in your career, as something a bit more serious than what you did and a bit more stable than what you did before, right?
Well, with a face like mine, which is great for radio, I'm kind of a natural fit, really, you know, the face that only a mother could love. And I like that whole thing of being behind a microphone and people not seeing you. They just hear a voice. And the amount of listeners I've met who've been disappointed because I'm not 6'6" and dark like yourself.
Because they set an image.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the theatre of the mind and stuff. And I turn up as this balding, fat, squat 55-year-old. It's like you see their faces drop. But you know, it's a cross I have to bear. But it's something that I get the opportunity to do for free. So the corporate work I do, I used to pay for that. So I have professional producer, researchers, etc., and we raise awareness of charities and conditions. And I love it.
A few years ago, you went through some health conditions of yours, and you fell in, but these health conditions made you fall in love with stand-up comedy.
Well, I was first a comedy writer when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and became an actor, and things happened in my life, and had a daughter, and then I got ill with bowel cancer. And it kind of takes you down because, you know, it's a big thing living with that sort of stuff. I had half of my bowel removed and all that. And it kind of took me to a black place. And my therapist said to me, do you know what you need to do? You need to cheer up. And by cheering up, what you need to do is go back to comedy. So I enrolled in a stand-up comedy course, met a wonderful guy called Jay Sodigar, who was totally inspiring. It got me over anxiety, it got me out of depression. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I like this a lot.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, it's amazing. And that's what's great about Malta. Everybody likes a good laugh here. And there's some fantastic new comedians, some fantastic established comedians as well. The comedy nights here are so funny. Eden Court does a great gig. You know, it's fun. It's wonderful.
This island inspired you to put together a very interesting project, which you're speaking about now, right?
Yeah, Maltese funny business. Through my corporate work, we have a great laugh with the people that I work with. And humour is, as you say, it's a great medicine, it's a great therapy, it's a great way of breaking down boundaries. And I sort of spoke to my bosses about possibly doing some stand-up comedy to enhance people's communication skills. Didn't quite work out, but I thought, you know what, blow it, I'm going to do it myself. So last October, I invited Jay Sodigar and Dave Chorner over from the UK. These two guys are highly experienced, multi-award winners. We got a few sort of local Maltese-based comedians to come on board and do the course. We put on a show in Master Scala, we packed the place out, and it was like, people were coming up saying, where's this been? Why don't we have more of this in Malta? So I went, well, all right then. I'll have a go. Let's see where we go with this. And
I was lucky enough that about 4 weeks ago, together with my cameraman, we managed to attend an event of yours. So fil-fatt, kif qiegħed nispjega bl-Ingliż, I'm going to switch to Maltese, excuse me for a second. Ftit tal-ġimgħat ilu kelli l-opportunità li flimkien mal-cameraman tiegħi stajna inżuru wieħed minn daw l-events li krea Paul, events ta' stand-up comedy, insomma, ħanaraw il-filmat flimkien u tkun tifhmu aħjar x'ikun qiegħed jiġri.
Are you feeling it? Yeah? You're feeling it for a great Friday night? And we've also got some of the best comedy that you're going to see in Malta ever. And that's your free.
I'm sorry that every American thinks we're better than everyone else in the world. It's true, we are cooler than everyone, but you know, I'm still sorry.
That most of those upcoming and aspiring comedy actors who have been working in various workshops with you and with other tutors are gearing up for a very important event coming up this weekend, right?
Yeah, I mean, after the gig that we did back in February, which is a fusion, so you saw Atif Nawaz at the top of his game, headlining for us, but you also saw, as we saw there, Jimmy Carter, Dave O'Dwyer, Tanya Malta. These are new comics here, and what we do is bring those acts together. Now, we've been looking for new new comedians recently, and we've got a comedy school going this week. Jay's putting them through their paces tonight. And on Friday at Sky Parks, we're going to be putting a graduation show together for as many of them that want to stand up and do 2.5 minutes. So it's brand new comedy written this week, which we'll be performing on Friday at Sky Parks.
Interesting. I'll be there for sure. Kif smajtu tajjeb, nar il-ġimgħa li ġej ġewwa Sky Parks ħajkun hemm din il-graduation show għal daw kollha l-istudenti kollha li kienu qegħdin jattendu għal dan il-workshops differenti f'comedy, fi stand-up comedy li kienu qegħdin isiru fil-ġimgħat li għaddew. Għalhekk bħalma nagħmlu dejjem u bħalma ngħidu dejjem inħeġġulilkom sabiex tissapportjaw dak kollu li huwa Malti, il-kultura Maltija kif ukoll l-atturi u t-talent hekk li jkun għadu kemm jibda li jkollhom bżonn ħafna support. Għalhekk kif ngħidulkom dejjem issapportjaw l-atturi Maltin. Paul, thank you very much, and I do look forward for this coming Friday because I'm going to be there. I'm looking forward for a good laugh. So
Fantastic.
I'm just counting the days.
And if anybody else wants to come, it's a free show. www.facebook.com/Maltese Funny Business. Log on, reserve. We look forward to welcoming you on Friday.
Perfect. Ġifieri tajb li ngħidu wkoll kif semma Paul li dan l-ispettaklu huwa b'xejn, ġifieri tistgħu tiġu intom biħġarkom. Tajb, Paul, I have some gifts just to show my appreciation for sharing your time with me this evening. We have some Valda pastels for you. I know that you use your voice quite often and a lot because obviously you are a radio broadcaster, and thanks to Valda we have some products for you.
Wow,
also
thank you.
Thanks to Kiwi Spa we have a number of treatments for you just to go to Kiwi and relax, and also thanks to Perspigard we have a number of products for you which are ideal for this upcoming warm season which is just around the corner.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much,
so
Paul, and wish you a good evening.
God bless you.
Cheers.